Now, the Trump administration has landed its second big blow against the Affordable Care Act. Yesterday, after the first executive order, Trump issued another executive order ending the practice of making payments to health insurance companies to keep premiums low. Now, these premiums are known as cost-sharing reduction payments, and basically what they are is that the government will pay insurance companies. Yes, it's a big giveaway, but in return, these companies will promise to keep their rates lower, their premiums lower. Now, without those payments, premium prices will likely spike, and many insurers will end up leaving the ACA market, which, again, puts a lot of financial pressure onto the ones who are still there. So that'll leave people with a lot less choice when they're going through the ACA marketplace. So that's a bit of a disaster. Now, the payments were $7 billion or so to insurers this year, and up to $10 billion more next year, reimburse insurers for discounts and out-of-pocket health costs they give to low-income Obamacare customers. So this impacts mainly people who are poor. Now, those discounts, by the way, must be offered by law if you're going to be in the exchanges. So here's what they're doing, and it's fairly clear, all right? They're trying to basically get everyone to abandon the ACA. So the effect of it would be that it falls apart. Okay, so let's break down the impact by the numbers. Now, 2 months ago, the CBO estimated the individual health plan premiums would be 20% higher than originally projected if the payments had ceased. Now, this is all premiums, not just premiums that affect poor people. Now, it's also projected that premiums would be 25% higher than they otherwise would be by the year 2020, and that the federal deficit would be increased by almost $200 billion if these subsidies to the insurance companies actually ended. Now, wait a minute here. I thought Donald Trump cared about lowering premiums and lowering the deficit. Well, removing these payments to insurance companies actually increases both premiums and the deficit. It's the complete opposite of what they're doing. We're living in an opposite world here, and Trump is the leader. So, but look, if you look at just the numbers and what they say they want to do, it makes zero sense, right? Until you realize this isn't about lowering premiums or helping people get better health insurance. This is about Trump not getting what he wants. This is about the baby in the White House. The baby in the White House wanted to get rid of Obamacare. That's it, gone. Replace it, right? Now, he couldn't do that through Congress, so what he's doing is taking the extra petty step to in doing sabotage to it, is what it is. And he's using executive orders to do so. Now, again, we're the Republicans who are against executive orders. I don't hear you guys. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Rand Paul? I don't see him. Do you? Now, more about people who benefit from these payments, these CSRs. According to CNBC, more than half of the people who buy Obamacare plans on government-run exchanges qualify for reduced out-of-pocket health charges that the CSRs subsidize. These customers are generally low income. Again, that helps keep their out-of-pocket costs and premiums low, right? Now, earlier I mentioned the deficit increasing, right? Well, that's because the majority of people who get subsidies in the form of tax credits aren't actually directly affected by this, right? At least their premiums are. Now, the subsidies that these people receive, most people who are on the ACA that are not low income, they still receive a subsidy in the form of a tax credit. Well, their subsidy will go up, which means the government is going to end up paying more to subsidize them, more than they would if the government would continue to pay the CSRs. You understand? So those costs go up even more for the majority of people. It's kind of strange how it works, but again, it costs the government more money in the long run. Now, CNBC continues, however, customers of Obamacare plans who do not receive premium subsidies will be hit with the full effect of the CSR-related price hikes. So, and continues on to saying, the relationship between the two subsidies is why Trump's decision to kill the CSRs will cost the federal government more than if he had continued making the payments. And without the reimbursements, insurers are expected to raise the prices of their health plans significantly to offset the loss of money they have received for years. So this is one of the things that we are worried about in the ACA. Not only just with the ACA that a president could do this, but we're actually worried about a Republican president coming in and saying, okay, we're just going to get rid of the CSRs because I have the power to do that, and screw up healthcare for pretty much everybody. Ha ha ha. And oh, look, this is exactly what happened. Now, and it's funny because he could sabotage the law without congressional approval. This is completely up to him. Now, if you combine this executive order with the recent one allowing for the sale of skimpier non-insurance health plans that are guaranteed to put the market into a death spiral, and basically what you have here is Trump massively crippling the ACA and making sure that people get outraged enough from these changes that they'll demand a repeal, a full repeal, or a replacement. So that's the plan here. Now, congratulations, Trump and the Republicans. You just raised premiums for low-income people, and you increase the deficit. How you can explain that one? Yeah, I'm sure you're going to try to spin it as a master stroke, but in reality, you broke it, you bought it. This is your mess that you just created. So now that the GOP is effectively sending the health insurance marketplace into a eventual decline and death spiral, I have an idea of what we can do, not to really combat that, but to do something better. Medicare for all. I mean, look, first of all, obviously it's not going to be super easy, but we have a primary coming up in 2018. We vote out as many of the Republicans as we can, and the corporate Democrats along with them, and then eventually 2020, put up a progressive challenger who will put in Medicare for all, so that we can actually get real guaranteed health care for everybody and not have to worry about, ooh, are we giving these insurance companies enough money to make sure their premiums stay low? No, get the insurance companies out of the equation. They don't belong there anyway. What we actually need to do is we need to go to a single payer system, and we need to do it as soon as possible. No more half measures that are easily undone by Republican administrations. Let's get together and let's fight for real healthcare reform. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.